have been seeing an increasing number of aerialists complaining that their content is not generating as much views as people in other art forms, or saying that their content is getting deleted due to it being dangerous. So it's no lie that circus is a dangerous discipline. I guess I'm just confused why this seems to be something that's targeting aerialists in general. And it doesn't really seem to be larger accounts either. Every time I go on TikTok and look up something area related, there's this little disclaimer that is on some videos and not others, which I don't really understand, and it doesn't really seem to matter, like if they have a mat, if they're obviously taking safety precautions, and this might be like in part that TikTok just doesn't understand aerial. There are people with these disclaimers who have all of the safety features in the world, and then other people who don't have this disclaimer that are practicing with no mat, maybe on a tree, like just things that aren't safe. There are two different disclaimers, but it says the actions in this video are performed by professionals or supervised by professionals, which is not always clear based on what's going on in the video. Like, a lot of these videos are people at home or in some other setting where they just appear to be practicing by themselves, but usually it's like higher level aerialists that like seem like they know what they're doing. This is an art form that is widely studied, and I don't really understand why this discipline in particular is being targeted. You can't confirm that it's performed by a professional or supervised by professionals. A lot of these people that are getting this disclaimer are seasoned aerialists that still know what they're doing, even if they're not being 100% supervised all the time. One of the things that really stood out to me is it seemed like the really high up there aerial pages, they weren't getting this message. For example, the McFive Circus, very notorious for self-teaching, they don't have this disclaimer on any of their videos that I've seen. Maybe they're on some, but I just haven't seen any. But I was scrolling through the whole page and I could not find a single one on their videos. Based on TikTok's community guidelines, it seems like it is messing with the algorithm and rates it lower if you get this disclaimer message put on your video automatically. The other one is the actions in this video could result in serious injury or adverse health effects. It's not the disclaimer that bothers me, it's that it appears that it's just rating the algorithm lower. It just seems like a really weird discipline to attack, because this is something that a lot of people are doing. It's growing every single year. There are more and more aerialists, more and more circus artists. The whole thing is like, yeah, it's risky, but like there are safety precautions in place when we learn this discipline, and going into it, you are supposed to have that understanding already. I just don't really understand why we're not letting these performers get to a certain level because it's dangerous, when there are people doing far more dangerous things that aren't really even a skill every day on this very same app. It just seems kind of odd to me, the whole thing. And I'm not really saying that there's an explicit reason or that they are necessarily targeting aerialists. It just seems like however it's worked out, or whatever intention that they had, is kind of backfiring in a way that is not really supporting aerialists on this platform. On TikTok's community guidelines, it says, we proactively enforce our community guidelines using a mix of technology. Our community guidelines apply to everyone and everything on TikTok. We proactively enforce them using a mix of technology and human moderation before content gets reported to us. We also encourage our community members to use the tools we provide on TikTok to report any content they believe violates our community guidelines. We will remove any content, including video, audio, live stream, images, comments, and text that violates our community guidelines. Individuals are notified of our decisions and can appeal if they believe no violation has occurred. We will suspend or ban accounts and/or devices that are involved in severe or repeated violations. We will consider information available on other platforms and offline in these decisions. Our algorithms are designed with trust and safety in mind. For some content, such as spam, videos under review, or videos that could be considered upsetting or depict things that may be shocking to a general audience, we may reduce discoverability, including by redirecting search results or limiting distribution in the For You feed. So what I got from that is, since they define this as a dangerous act and this is something that is under their dangerous acts category. They are rating it lower in search results, rating it lower in the For You pages, and generally just making it harder for aerialists to get discovered. And in the performing arts, discovery is everything. For people trying to build a platform, this is a big problem. They also have a place that says, we recognize that some content that would normally be removed per our community guidelines could be in the public interest. Therefore, we may allow exceptions under certain circumstances, such as educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic content, satirical content, content in fictional settings, counter-speech, and content in the public interest that is newsworthy or otherwise enables individual expression on topics of social importance. So that little chunk there also kind of references how they might allow you to keep it up if it's in the public interest, because this is a lot of these dangerous things sometimes can be really artistic, not even just referring to the aerial videos, but in general. Sometimes when people do dangerous things, they end up being really impressive because of that skill set that that person has. But if anyone at home was going to try this, it would be hazardous. And what have we been hearing our whole lives? Do not try this at home. I really would hope by this point that all of us on the internet know not to just try these things that we're seeing that are obviously something that somebody spent a lot of time on. Here I have a screenshot under their community guidelines that says dangerous acts. We define risky activities or other dangerous behavior as acts conducted in a non-professional context or without the necessary skills and safety precautions that may lead to serious injury or death for the user or the public. We do not allow content that depicts, promotes, normalizes, or glorifies such behavior, including amateur stunts or dangerous challenges. I understand this is not something to play around with. Part of this says may lead to serious injury or death for the user or the public. People have died from aerial, but it's not the internet's job to figure out what's gonna make somebody do something risky. I don't know. These are just my thoughts. What do you guys think about it? Do you guys ever have experiences with TikTok deleting your content unjustly, or feeling like it's rated lower, or getting this disclaimer when you see it not on other people's videos? Are aerialists being targeted specifically? Is this just a fluke? Have you had experiences with this? Let me know down below.